Now, who would like to be a volunteer for this dairy mix?
I think Drew wants to volunteer.
You ready, Drew?
Drew, sure. Can't read Drew.
I'm obviously way too shy.
So we aren't going to do the whole bladder. We're only going to do 3.5 quarts. So you'll have to pour the 3.5 quarts in here, which will then go into the machine. Now, when he goes to pour, that's right, got to choke it. So when you go to pour anything into your containers have gradients on the side. It's easier to keep your gradients facing the opposite way of what you're pouring in, because if you're pouring it this way, then you're going to be pouring and trying to do this, versus it's on this side, so as he pours, he can watch his level go up.
You stole that from Jeff. I heard you say that on 40
Yes,
videos.
all of them. Okay.
How many?
3.5, just get close to what you can.
Great technique.
Yeah, like a pro.
Anytime you don't spill, it's great technique.
3 and
Doesn't have to be exact, just close is good. And then put the, yep,
unchoke.
yep, put the cap back on. Other way, there you go.
Where you
And
want
then,
that?
just leave it there. And then you could pour her into the machine.
Oh, no.
But what are you supposed to, you see anything odd? There we go.
Steve tried to get me also on that one. We got best.
Accident waiting to happen.
Very good. Well, he needs applause too, you know.
Waste not one. How's that, Steve?
I hope you noticed the boss did it even better. He got up higher.
Thank you. You did great. All right. You can wash your hands if you want. So we're going to measure out our ice cream, and we're going to do it by weight instead of volume. Let me get that out. How many ounces does it say? 6. You know what? I actually just made an error. I should have mixed the cocoa powder first. So
Pull it out together.
I'm not going to pull it out. I'm just going to pull some out and kind of stir it up. So this is a Forbes chocolate. And Forbes makes several different sweetened powders. This is number 287. In your booklet, there's also the Forbes data sheet in there, and then the contact of who to get. The popular ones are number 287 and 289. I prefer 287 because it's a sweetened vanilla, and it's on the lighter side. The 289 is a darker type of chocolate. It's still just as great, and it's just more of a rich, darker flavor. But an all-around chocolate, 287 is my favorite. Okay. So that's that. We're going to dump her in here.
Forbes is over 100 years old, and all they do is chocolate. And that's a great reason to buy from them, is because they're specialists in that.
That's got some good bits in there, guys. And you don't have to fully dissolve any of it. The machine will do it. Just get it in there. Okay. Now we need to do 16 to 20 ounces of toasted marshmallow. I haven't used this, so I'm excited. So this is that other brand, Tyrannies, that makes 100 bajillion different flavors. This is definitely a go-to, Tyrannies and Monins. Oh, that smells good. Okay. So we're going to make ice cream, homemade. So we're putting in 3.5. We're going to get 6.5, 7 quarts back out because we're running it homemade, which is 100% overrun. So we're going to start. What did I put on there? This is 25 ounces.
Now almost pure sugar, so the freezing time will be longer. The higher the sugar content of the product, the longer the freezing time.
Let's give her a little tasty taste.
Good? Out there?
Printing 50,000 cups of each size.
I wish I had that much business.
No, but that's what they make you do. I mean, you know, there's all these minimums to print, you know, get your branding on, you know, your cup sizes. Everybody doing that?
Do you really need 3 sizes?
Actually, I don't think so.
Okay, so here we go. We're just gonna add the mini chocolate chips in. Once again, you can't do this with any other batch freezer. It's just not gonna happen. And I think we need some vanilla in there. We'll just add a splash. Steve hates it when Jeff does it, so I'm gonna do it just because he's not here. I don't measure. That's good enough.
Well, your splash is delicate. Jeff's splash is a little heavy-handed.
Jeff's splash is a glug glug.
Yeah,
glug glug glug
big
glug.
difference.
So I'll let this go around so that way you guys can give this a good smell. This is also going to be a great flavor. And you know what? You guys can reinvent the same flavor, but 4 different ways. And even name it different things, but keep it the same product, just depending on the season. You can call this, you know, add some graham crackers to the same exact thing and call it a s'mores. You could do the same one and then add some pecans to it and call it chocolate pecan chip or something like that. So you can take the same basic formula that you have here and add a different ingredient and name it something completely different. So that's the beauty of working with ice creams and flavors. Another thing is people always ask, well, how do you come up with flavors? What do you do? How do you make your boozy ices? Well, my husband and I, we travel, we go places, we sit at a restaurant, I look at their alcohol menu and I read, like they call it some weird name, and I'm reading what the ingredients are and my brain starts doing like a bunch of math in the head, like how could I make that into Italian ice? Same thing, a family recipe that's your mom's best dessert, like a lemon strawberry poppy seed cake, make that into an ice cream. So you take whatever that dessert is that's your favorite, dissect it, buy the ingredients, and instead of using the flour as a cake mix, your dairy mix is your base. So you put in your poppy seeds, you put in lemons, you put in your strawberries. You can even bake a plain vanilla cake and shove that in there if you like. Have I used marshmallow cream? Like the fluff? Yeah, so she asked if I've used marshmallow cream. I have used fluff before. It's very sticky, it's very complicated to work with. I suggest warming it up in the microwave if you can, so you can pour it into the machine a lot better, or you can scoop it, plop it in there and get you a hand mixer or an emulsion blender and mix it first. It gives a great marshmallow flavor. I've also made a variegate with it. 2 out of 10 recommend. I don't recommend using fluff to make a variegate. It's super pretty, it tastes amazing, but I'd rather go, like Steve said, drink sewer water than try to even attempt that again. It was not fun, it was a hot mess. Making a variegate is a swirl that you see. Yeah, so it's hard to make, but it's easy. My fingers are really sticky, sorry.
I want to question your question about the 1 scoop, 2 scoop, 3 scoop. I don't think I would do it anymore. And you called it small, medium, and large? Is that what you're calling it, or are you calling it 1, 2, 3? Okay, first off, if you're going to do small, medium, and large, anybody buying a large is back to the same problem with the half pints versus a pint. You look gluttonous by buying a large. So I would call it 1 scoop, 2 scoops, 3 scoops. Now, I would drop the 3rd scoop because ice cream, as everything else in the economy, has gotten outrageously expensive. When I'm doing ice cream right now, the average price I'm promoting is $5 a scoop. And that scoop consists of, instead of 4 ounces, which is a 1/4 pound, which McDonald's made famous, I'm giving them 6 ounces. So I'm giving them 6 ounces in a cup. If I charge $5 with the tax, then the father of four, the husband, wife, and 2 kids can come in, and dad plunks down a $20 bill, and he's got ice cream for the whole family. He's got fun. He's got entertainment. We came out to you for all of that we couldn't do during COVID. I had this conversation with a customer the other day. He was $5, but it was plus tax. So now it's $5 and say 14 cents. So I'm the father. I've got the 2 kids and the husband and the wife, and now each child is costing, or each person's costing $5.14. I'm putting down a 20 and a 10. Yes, I'm getting change back from the 10. I'm probably getting about $8 back. But what's going through my mind? It costs me $30 to go out and buy ice cream for the kids. And how long do I have to work at Emery Thompson on the factory floor to get 30 bucks? That place is too expensive. The $20, including the tax, so it's like $4.82 plus tax. And then, $4.82, little writing, tax, and then $5. The little writing is to keep the tax department happy. They can see you're collecting tax. But it's $5, $5. I put down a 20, I got a happy family. I don't know what I'm going to do when it goes to $6, because now I really am breaking into it's going to be $30. But your brain just doesn't say it was $20.97. The brain says I put down a 20 and a 10, or maybe a 20 and a 5, but who carries a 5 anymore? Who carries cash anymore? Yeah, but then they're still looking at it. They're still looking at it at the end of the credit card month, and it says $23 for ice cream as opposed to 20. I go, well, I fed the family for 20. McDonald's, I don't know this, but I'll bet they're having that problem right now, and all the other fast food people, because it's so expensive. So if you're going to spend 50,000 cups, try drop the third one for now, because it's going to cost too much. It's going to be $5, $10. What's it going to be? $13 for 3 scoops? That's not going to sit well in the brain. I'll take 1 scoop and 2 scoops, and I'll bet you'll outsell the 1 scoop. And if I really want to be family friendly, I'll offer 2 spoons on both of them, so that they could share it. A lot of people don't like that. They say, well, the elderly husband and wife come in and they only spend $5. They're only going to spend $5 anyway. They're still going to share it. They're just going to use 1 spoon. So you got to be careful with pricing, because everything's got so expensive. That great old line from one of the baseball players about a restaurant in San Francisco. That place is so popular, nobody goes there anymore, which is a double entendre. You don't want to be so expensive that nobody goes there anymore. That's a risk.
Yeah, unless you're in like Clearwater. I got mad when I was in Clearwater one time. The price said, I forgot what, I'm just going to make up a number because I can't recall. It said like $7 for a scoop of ice cream, or for a single scoop. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I'm in Clearwater Beach, expected. So I get it, 2 scoops of ice cream, and she asked what did I want it in, a cup or a cone, and I said I'll take that cone. So then I go to check out, and 2 scoops of ice cream was like $27. I said, where did the rest of the money come from? She didn't say a word to me. She just turned around and pointed to the sign, I'll drive, and it put cones like $4.99. I was like, you know what? You could have probably said that to me before I checked out. Anyways, but no, don't price yourself out of the market, and keep it simple. Just a couple different sizes. Don't offer a bunch, because people are still going to order the kitty cup. Guilty. I'm going to do it. I'm coming to your store and ordering a kitty cup if you have it. We're at 8 minutes. Let's see where we're at. See how it's kind of blah, blah, blah? We don't want that. It's not ready yet. We need to get a little bit more thicker.
And that nice texture, it's easy to see when it's done. It just cuts off nicely.
Most of the distributors have chocolate-based and vanilla-based.
If they do, I don't buy it. Jeff and I argue about this all the time. A dairy is a dairy. They're used to cows. They're used to milk. They know how to handle that. What do they know about chocolate?
There's the.
They don't know. Oh, thanks. They don't know anything about chocolate. So they're going to buy the cheapest chocolate they can find and throw it into their chocolate milk. I mean, I want Barry Callebaut. I want Forbes. I want Bensdorf. I want Ghirardelli. I want good chocolate in my ice cream, not something that the dairy throws in. So I'm just going to run a white mix and put in the Forbes chocolate. And I've got great chocolate ice cream. That's the Great Divide. Pretty simple. And then we also make it for gelato.